Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you like retro gaming, you definitely came to the right place. Let's talk about the gaming historian, Norm. Friend of mine, he has posted that he's stepping down from doing YouTube at least full time. He's going to basically do it as a hobby. I thought I would read his statement, comment on it, and then talk about a little bit of my personal history with Norm, just encounters with him at conventions and my impression of him and his videos. So let's get to it. Norman says, hello everyone. For the past 2 weeks, I've been on break, unwinding from finishing my latest documentary on Oregon Trail. I have to admit, it's been nice. I've been playing video games for fun, not research. I can so relate to this. It is so much more fun to play a video game when you don't have to think about writing about it or commenting on it, just for the sheer enjoyment of it. He continues, I worked on some tasks around the house. I've gone on long walks with my wife, Kristen, and I picked up woodworking projects I had abandoned a few months ago. I don't do any woodworking, but I love taking walks with my wife, and it's always nice to get some stuff done around the house that you've been putting off. During this time, I've also been reflecting on my life and thinking about the future of gaming historian. Always a good thing to do, just sort of think about where you're at and where you're headed. While I still enjoy making the show, he continues, it consumes most of my life. Whenever I finish up a big project, the immediate thought in my head is, okay, next video. I'd like to get back to that feeling of wanting to make a video rather than having to make a video. Now, my small channel and my very low production values, I can't fully relate to that because he basically makes Ken Burns style mini documentaries. Some people have called him the Ken Burns of video games. To some degree, that's true, at least, shorter versions. But he does a great job with his videos. I can't imagine putting that much time and that much research into one video. Now, if that was my full-time job, that'd be one thing, but holy cow, he definitely does a great job, and it is definitely a full-time occupation for a long time. You can watch his videos and just tell how much time Norm puts into his work. Kind of like with my books. Now, those I spend a ton of time on and consume my life. The videos, they're just for fun. So anyway, he goes on. There are also other things I'd like to pursue and accomplish. And I don't feel that is possible while making a YouTube show full time. So I've made the tough decision to permanently take a step back from gaming historian. Now, that's where I think he makes a mistake, where he says to permanently take a step back from gaming historian. He had to clear that up on social media, that it's not that he's never going to do another video. He didn't word that greatly, because some people, once they see that, they're going to stop reading and just think he's done for good. He's going to do it just on a part-time basis, just when he wants to, like he mentioned. He continues, there's nothing sinister behind my decision, so no drama or anything. I just felt like it was the right time. Because I will no longer be producing the show full-time, I will be shutting down my Patreon effective May 1st. I first launched the Patreon back in 2015 when I made gaming historian my full-time job. Wow, 2015. That's almost 10 years, almost a decade of doing that full-time. That is quite the accomplishment. He continues, it was a huge help toward not only financial security, but elevating the production level of my content. But since YouTube will no longer be my full-time career, I'm not comfortable collecting donations anymore. If you'd like to continue to support the show, the best way you can is to simply watch the videos on YouTube. I also plan to stream on Twitch from time to time, so I hope you'll pop in and say hello. You can find him at Gaming Historian on Twitch. So what will I do with my free time? I'm going to keep improving my woodworking. I'm planning on visiting my family more often, always a good thing. If you've got a good family, which it sounds like he does. I'd like to finish my master's degree. That's a great accomplishment, so more power to you, Norm. Good luck with that. I'm also hosting a history/comedy podcast with Kristen, something we have wanted to do for a long time, an old-timey podcast coming soon. This is news to me. I don't believe I've heard anything about this. I'll be listening. I do want to make one thing clear. Gaming historian is not going away. Kind of buried the lead there, Norm. You're not going away completely. Anyway, I'll still be working on videos, but it will go back to being what it was when I started the show 16 years ago, a hobby that I work on in my spare time. As always, thanks for watching, Norm. Now, I'm sure this was a tough decision, or maybe it was an easy decision because he was feeling it. He felt like the best thing for him, for his wife, for his family, for his mental health, for his sense of accomplishment and just sense of priority and all that good stuff is to step down from making videos full time and just to go back to doing it as a hobby. And, I look forward to his videos that he makes as a hobby. I'm sure he'll insense a fusion of fun in there, a sense of fun in those videos, and those will be fun just watching the occasional video pop up that he does just for the sheer joy of it. So that'll be neat. So Norm, let's talk about some of my interactions with Norm and, just our friendship. We're not, best buddies or anything, but we've had some pretty cool encounters. My first encounter with Norm, the gaming historian, I believe was in 2015 at Super BitCon in Oklahoma City. I'd never heard of him before. Even though at this point he had 100,000 subscribers, I just wasn't super tuned into who he was. Maybe I vaguely knew who he was, but I wasn't really fully conscious of Norm, the gaming historian, until I saw him at his booth. I believe it was the 2015 Super BitCon in Oklahoma City. And he had his merch. And yeah, he was a big YouTuber at this point with over 100,000 subscribers. And, he's obviously much larger than that, but, very successful channel. And in 2016, I actually did a panel with Norm and with Patrick Scott Patterson, a gaming historian and preservationist. And it was a fun panel. It was on video game myths. We were sort of myth busting some different aspects of video game history, some commonly held beliefs, things that we knew not to be true, but that are sort of commonly believed, especially in the YouTube community. So we dispelled some myths, and that was the fun panel. And Norm did not act like he was too good to be on a panel with us. He was very cool, very humble, very down to earth. And it was fun. It was a good time. And during that same weekend of 2016, Super BitCon, an amazing show in Oklahoma City. I really missed that show. It was so much fun. We went to Cactus Jack's, and I got a picture made with him, and he was, again, very cool, very nice. Great guy. A few years later, and I seen him, at Retropalooza, and we always said hello at different gaming cons, always very friendly. At Mo Game Con in 2019, we were both special guests. On Saturday, we did the convention, and then the day after that was the VIP dinner. We sat together at the table, had some friendly chit-chat, and all that kind of stuff. Good dude. Enjoyed it. Nice time. And like I said, I'd seen him at different conventions, including Retropalooza, Midwest Gaming Classic, Too Many Games, and we always make sure to say hello. I'll drop by his table, or occasionally he'll drop by mine, and even during all the Pat drama, when things sort of went south, he was still, he's obviously very good friends with Pat Country, very close, very tight. They do conventions together, they travel together and all that kind of stuff, room together. Even during all that weirdness, he was always super friendly, come up to me or I'd approach his table, always look me straight in the eye, good firm handshake, friendly smile, say hello, how's it going, what have you been up to? What have you been working on? That kind of thing. So great dude all around, does fantastic videos. Now he does these deep dives on history, and you could think he could be maybe a bit of a gatekeeper. Not at all. He never comes across as like, I'm the gaming historian, so how dare any of you, dare broach this topic, because I'm the guy. Believe me, on YouTube, there's plenty of gatekeeping. People will cover a certain topic and think, other people aren't good enough. Now, Norm is a lot younger than me, and some of the history he talks about, he didn't actually live through, which is fine. I'm not a gatekeeper either. I don't think you have to live through history to talk about Ken Burns didn't live through the Civil War, and he didn't live through the early days of baseball, but he does a great job documenting those, as Norm does a great job documenting gaming history. Awesome. Now, I'm not part of Norm and Jay and all them's inner circle. That's perfectly fine. That's great, but the guys are still friendly to me anyway. Whatever, always good to see him. Retropalooza and other shows. With Norm stepping back a bit from gaming historian, hopefully he will still attend conventions, because always good to see him. Anyway, let me know in the comments what kind of interactions you've had with Norm, the gaming historian. Mine have been all positive. And but yeah, just let me know in the comments what you think of his videos. What is your favorite Norm video? My wife and I enjoyed the Tetris one quite a bit. I believe it was a two-parter, if I recall. But anyway, he does a great job, and I hope you'll continue watching Norm the Gaming Historian's videos as they pop up from time to time, and check out some of his older stuff as well. All right, guys, thank you so much for liking. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. I'll have more Mount Rushmore of gaming consoles videos coming up very soon. Thank you, guys. We will talk to you in another video.